We saw experience a story of dramatic deaths, hunting, some teasing, and responsibilities. But if we want to see all of this, we must go back to the start. I spawned in the Flower Cove. This place was pretty dangerous, so I had to fly out of here as fast as I could. I decided to think that a Strophiolus was my meal, but I did little to no damage. With me being so weak, I had to scavenge, because that was my only good way of getting satiation. And luckily, I found a corpse just by the desert. I also took some sips from the oasis water. I really hoped that there was nothing in it, but thankfully there wasn't. Even me still being a baby, I still had to look for a place to be able to nest when I'm fully grown. But it seems like I flew a little too close to the water. But it is always okay to start over. This time, I spawned in Volcano Island. It is not that dangerous as Flower Cove, but still, I had to be wary of the sea. And the carcass nearby has just caught my eye. But due to it being a corpse from a tier 5, I couldn't pick it up, so I moved on. My cat was in my room begging for food, so I decided to find a safe place to hide away and hopefully not get eaten. So I just hid in here and hoped for the best. When I came back, I found out that I wasn't dead. So I saw an Aurora and again, I was like so weak. But then I found a secret cave, just hidden away. This was the perfect place for me to nest. There was just enough space for a family. There was also a little chamber for me to put my nest in. It was hidden from any egg stealers, so this was the perfect place. And then when it was morning, I decided to look at this little snow globe. And it already had a resident, a Criprick. Cripricks were too dangerous for me, so I didn't want to hunt it. That is when I found this little Srow. It was the perfect prey, although it wouldn't fill up my stomach that much. But it was pretty easy to kill. I took the corpse to the migration region, just hoping that I could find any bigger prey. And that is when I grew to a teen. And now I had the ability to grab, which was amazing. And now I was already looking for another piece of prey. Maybe a bigger corpse. But I sniffed out a Geogoth. And I already knew that this was going to be my next food. The Geogoth was faster than me, but it cornered itself and I was able to take it to a nearby part of the ocean. It escaped, but that is what I wanted to happen. Now there is no escape for my prey. It was a successful hunt, and I managed to get a tasty omnivore carcass. Soon after, I saw this little scorpion. I I obviously had to keep my distance, but maybe I could just give it some food. Maybe this was a kind accident if it had an iron stomach. A long time after, I decided to get a drink at the Redwoods. And then that's when I noticed this little Daisura. It wasn't scared of me, so I decided to tease it. That's when I grew. That made it escape my grip. I only took 2 bites and left it alone. After I had some breakfast, I spawned back in and I went to the place I wanted to nest in. I changed my plushies and started to nest. In the middle of the night, I had my first egg. Not long after, my first child hatched. But then they used the Max Growth token and left me. I was disappointed, but I had to try again. Soon, I had my second egg. And then, my next child once again left me. I was about to give up, but then this legend asked if they could be my next child. They hatched with albinism, and now I had a new responsibility. He actually stayed with me, and this was already amazing. We both went to the flower cove so I could help Torn grow faster. We found a carcass and we began to eat it. We went back home and went to bed. I then found myself with another egg. My first child requested, but I declined because I remembered. And we decided to head out for a drink. But doing this left my egg vulnerable. But the nest was hidden, so nothing would happen. My child figured out that he could swim. It was a very happy moment. But someone new got nested in, and I rushed over to check. They even replied to my friendly call. Me, Torn, and Packrat were now one big happy family. And when we saw that no other creature was here, it was clear that we had claimed the tundra. It was our new home now. It was safe. Now the video concludes here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It took so long to make. Also, when I hit 800 subscribers, I will be doing a battle royale. Alright, bye bye.